2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Chicago Bulls. And guys, for the Bulls, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. We're going to be watching Joakim Noah in this one, former Defensive Player of the Year. What he gives this team goes far beyond what you see in the stat sheet, though. And Shaq, you used to go surfing with him in Hawaii.
Surfing?
Is this correct? Is this correct?
Yeah, we had to stop because, you know, he's a wild child. I'm out there one day. He's behind me. I fall off. When I come up, his surfboard hits me in the head. I got a gash on my head. So no more surfing with me.
Oh, that's where that gas came from?
Yeah.
What?
From him. But,
Come on,
yes,
man.
yeah, but, you know, he's my guy. You know, what I like about him is his energy and presence on the floor rub off on everyone else on the team. He's an emotional leader, and the way he plays, it just motivates everybody out there. But no more surfing for me in this game.
Have you been surfing with Joe?
Never been, but I didn't know he was that team-oriented where he would just, like, be part of a surf crew. But that guy plays great on both ends of the floor. His passing ability, his leadership, what makes him different. But now his surfing skills makes him the best NBA center.
You really believe he went surfing with Joakim Noah?
I would love the video from that.
We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to Miami.
And you don't have to go too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost that one. They just had an inability on that day to make shots.
You know, sometimes we talk about a defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, Greg, but that night they got up in their own heads, just got in their own way and couldn't get out of it.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Wiggins in at the 3. Now here's Rose, and he misses his first shot of the game.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
Here's Rubio to the right side. The 15-footer, and Garnett misses. Minnesota on D, feeds to Dunley. Bulls moving the ball around. Noah kicks to Rose. And another shot, and he sinks the layup.
Nice make for him as they get the scoring started.
Yeah, he gets it going, and who knows now, you know, it might be a really big night in store for him.
Towns dishes to Rubio. Can't hit. Great defense that time from Noah. And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly, and you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially a talent like Derrick Rose. He still needs to show that he can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
Martin with the bucket.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Bulls have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pulls up, high post. Kevin Martin with the rebound.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Launches it, and the shot is good. Martin's got his second basket of the night.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
For 3, Heinrich, and that one's good.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Now here's Towns. Rubio outside. The rebound by Noah.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Rose passes to Gasol. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Gasol's got his first 2 points.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Towns kicks to Rubio. Passes it to Garnett. It's stolen by Rose. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Heinrich kicks to Rose. Lets it go from 11. Good on the jump shot. Rose has got his second bucket of the game to go. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. Greg struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
Timberwolves trail by 5. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. Will it go? And he lays it up and in.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Rubio against Rose. And that one comes up a bit short.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Well, I tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And back to Ricky Rubio for a moment, who certainly is at the hub of what this team does, averaging over 8 assists a game for his career through last season. If he can stay healthy, gain some weight, this is a guy to watch.
It really is. And listen, they're also built now for him because they got those great athletic wings. And if he can shoot it a little bit better, I mean, I think he's going to have more opportunities to spread the floor and drive and make plays. And for his first 4 seasons in the league, never hit over 38%. That's not going to get it done at the highest level.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside, Martin fires the 3. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. What'd you find out, DB?
He talked about how much respect he has for Kevin Garnett, saying he's just the ultimate competitor. He's unselfish, plays for his teammates, and we've got to really have our motor revving and play with a lot of intensity. We cannot let him outwork us. Kevin, look for a real physical game.
All right, Doris, thanks.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Here's Heinrich. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. Brooks comes in for Rose. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Now, here's Rubio. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami. Four on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And it's Martin that time on the assist by Rubio. And that's 11 points for Martin.
A perfect 4 for 4 for him to start this game out.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's got a nice bounce in his step to start.
Got a piece of it. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Moving it up. Finished off the break. Martin's got 13.
He's got the firepower, feeling the rhythm here, going 5 for 5 so far.
He's got it flowing right now.
From deep, Brooks. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Garnett takes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
That is prototype rebounding right there. He gets the position down low, boxes out, and then corrals it.
Towns dishes to Rubio. Towns with it. Mirotic is there. In the corner, it's Martin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Towns, the pass to Rubio. Offensive rebound.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Well, when would the times be, partner? Well, I'll get back to you later. The only excuse for a shot like that is if you're trying to beat the buzzer. That's the only time you can justify it.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And here is Brooks. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but he was also a force on the defensive side. 2 block shots and also altered a ton of shots. And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way 2 of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become 2 of the best centers in the NBA of this era.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Bulls 5 right now. At small and power forward, it's Dunleavy and Gasol. Rose and Snell teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Noah in at the 5, roaming the paint. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
To the inside, here's Wiggins. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And really, had they just shot their average from the free throw line in that game, I think that probably changes the outcome.
No doubt. I mean, because there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line.
To the middle. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 8th assist in the game.
And, you know, going back to Noah last season, I think the additions to the Bulls' front court had an effect on him. I mean, they added Gasol and Mirotic, 2 major talents up front. I think that gave Noah less opportunities than he'd had the year before, and it was an adjustment for him.
Minnesota in the lead. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And Zhang kicks to Rubio. No good. Rose with some nice D.
And guys, talking about Joakim Noah, he was still the spirit of that team last season. Amongst all the great talents the Bulls had, Noah was that energizer and catalyst for the team, a true warrior, even in an off year. And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Minnesota.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
They've also gotten into a nice rhythm from the three-point line early on tonight.
Some changes for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns, and Andre Miller is subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Joakim Noah hits them both.
With Joakim Noah, I mean, you know exactly what he's going to give you every season. Rebounding, block shots, steals a few points, relentless energy and enthusiasm, and even a few assists as well.
Martin kicks to Pekovic. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. A chance here now for a three-point play.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in, yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Right side, Martin. 18 feet out. Noah with the block. Rose with the ball. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
Boy, was he physical. I mean, in that game, just drawing a lot of contact and getting himself to the line over and over.
Timberwolves trail by 3. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
You know, guys, one of the things that is always going to keep you competitive against the West is a good defense. It's one reason why the Bulls tend to be a tougher matchup for teams from the West, because they do D up.
Bulls had a good year against the West last season. 17 up, 13 down against the Western Conference.
Yeah, and how about playing 500 or better against every division in the Western Conference? So impressive to think they did so well given how many games some of their starting players missed.
Muhammad, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Miller dishes to Zhang. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
They retain possession.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Now here's Pekovic. He had 15 points last outing, and it's Wiggins missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And he gets it to go.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
Chicago calls timeout. Getting back to Miller last year, he was 16th in the league, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a couple of things happened. I thought he slowed down a little, and he was playing behind John Wall. That led to the fewest minutes per game of his career, and the rest of his stats kind of followed suit.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Iritic comes in for Dunleavy. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Minnesota. Ricky Rubio comes in for Miller. Brooks against Rubio. Here's Gasol. And again, no good by Chicago.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And the officials call a traveling violation.
Let's look at the stats for Brooks. How he did last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Heinrich passes to Brooks. Iritic has a wide open look. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail. Dishes to Rubio. And that's going to be a travel. With this chance, let's show you the league's most intimidating shot-blocking defenses from last season. Number 5, the Bulls.
I don't think you can ever underestimate the effect that a few block shots can have on your opponent. I mean, it can get into your head as an offensive player. You're going in there thinking you've got a clear path, and then you see the ball going behind you in reverse. I mean, that could be major intimidation and affect your game. You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3-ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Gasol with the steal. Here's Heinrich. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And it's Wiggins missing. The Bulls leading by 4. Brooks outside. From the top of the key, he buries it.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. Pekovic with a screen. And Gasol sends it back. Here's Heinrich. Can't get it to go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Muhammad dishes to Garnett. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from the perimeter.
Floats one up. Gasol passes to Gibson, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down. And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
And he knocks down the first one. And for KG, the last 3 seasons have obviously been very, very tough. His injuries and declining athleticism have led to down numbers really across the board.
Yeah, I mean, his role now has transformed. He's more of a clubhouse leader, a mentor to the up-and-comers, an extra coach, if you will, in game and on the sideline.
And both free throws good from Garnett. And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota.
Yes.
When he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
Gasol with the steal.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Timberwolves trail by 6.
And, you know, for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I got to believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis. Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Muhammad.
Boy, they're really battling, guys. Not sitting back, being aggressive, attacking when they have the chance. I like that.
Man, I like their approach to the game right now. There's tremendous aggression on both ends, putting the onus on the officials.
The Bulls leading by 4. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Mirotic's shot is off. For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
What's up? Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Brooks kicks to Heinrich. And the 3 off target. That will count. Shot is off. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Bulls lead by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of 1. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. The 3 E's, Shaq. That's all I got to say. They've avoided turning the basketball over, and that's a recipe for success. Now, here's how they do it. By sacrificing the highlight reel plays, you get good looks, and those home run plays will still come.
How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good, smart basketball. The motion in their offense was terrific. They made those defenders work very hard. I like what I saw from them for the most part.
And that'll do it for now as we send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
So it's Minnesota now. It's a 1-point game. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Checking out the group for Flip Saunders to start the second half. Martin out on the wing with Muhammad. Gorgie Dang is out there with Towns. And it's Miller in at the point guard. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls, Clark, had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Minnesota making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. And Towns drops them both.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Ricky Rubio checked in for the Timberwolves. And Chicago shooting reasonably well, 45%. Greg, as you said, with the Wolves, they had as hard a time with the East as anyone. Only managed a 9-21 record, Clark, out of conference.
And those 9 wins were the fewest against the East for any team in the NBA. Not a surprise given how badly the Wolves struggled in general.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Trailing by 2. And there's the feed to Martin. Gasol with the steal. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. And stolen by Jang. It's tipped. Stolen by Noah. Wiggins against Heinrich. He dishes it to Rose. Back to Heinrich. Lots of room. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Martin against Rose. To the middle. Here's Dang. And he uses the glass on the layup. Zhang's got his second bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Rose attacking, and that one is hammered home.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun. That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Heinrich outside. Noah the screen. Heinrich dishes to Dunley. Noah, the pass to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Minnesota with the rebound. Martin's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wiggins drives in. That one goes. Count it. Wiggins has got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Jang against Gasol. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a 2nd-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Towns kicks to Garnett. Soft touch off the glass. Garnett's got 8 points.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
It's Martin on the wing. Kicks it to Towns. Pass to Rubio. Out to the right wing. For the lead. And there's Martin. That's good on the assist from Kevin Garnett. And that's now 19 points for Martin. And Clark, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Wiggins dishes to Garnett. Now, here's Rubio. He's guarded closely from past the arc. And Garnett misses.
You know, even though he missed that 3-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Tipped away, and it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Some changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Iritic comes in for Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Minnesota. Chicago leading. Brooks, the pass to Iritic. There's a good screen. For 3. Here's Noah. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Minnesota making a switch here. Levine's checked in. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Chicago?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
You know, adding on to that, if you look at their block totals tonight, and you see how feisty they've been on the defensive end this game.
Inside, and it's Garnett penetrating, and he gets the bucket. Garnett's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
That's a precision shot. You've got to be precise. No room for error on the floater.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Bulls have gone 8 of 12 from the field since the beginning of the third. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
The drive by Brooks. That's good. Brooks has got his third bucket of the night.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Pekovic. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That's his third foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Jang, he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. .132 left in the third. Here's Wiggins. It's hauled in by Noah.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
That's a two from Snell. And that one comes up a bit short. Timberwolves trail by 4. Down low. Here's Wiggins. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Wiggins has got 12 points in the game. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
Timeout. Starting.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Chicago. Timberwolves also changing it up. Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and Miller's subbed in for Martin. .59 seconds left in the third. Brooks kicks to Mirotic. A rebound by Pekovic. Pekovic has got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was. Andre Miller, one of the best dime droppers around.
And for Gorgie Jang, an intelligent guy with strong physical attributes, gigantic arm span, but extremely raw skill-wise.
Yeah, his game still needs plenty of polish on both ends of the floor, but I really felt like he took a huge leap last season, and he has the intensity along with that work ethic to continue to grow.
Levine, good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And that one's good. Heinrich's got 12 in the game.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now Miller still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Levine, good.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Brooks. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Bulls trail by 3. Heinrich and Rose the guards. Dunleavy is out there with Mirotic, and it's Gibson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And it's Rubio penetrating, and Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Dang. Kicks it out to Rubio. Over to the left wing. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Pau Gasol has checked in for Taj Gibson. Here's Rose. Heinrich outside. Mirotic sets the screen for Heinrich. Right wing. Here's Dunleavy. No good off the front iron.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
It's stolen by Rose. Out to the right wing. Here's Heinrich. And again, Chicago. No good. Timberwolves leading by 3. And here's Miller outside. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Rose. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Miller with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. Miller dishes to Rubio. Inside. And Mirotic throws it down.
And finally, someone scores.
I tell you what, Greg, it's not been pretty, I'll say that much. These offenses have been really struggling.
And Rubio kicks to Muhammad. Right wing. Jang against Mirotic. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. You look at Gorgui Dieng and his development in the league out of Louisville. What a big jump for him last season.
And that's a great point. That first year, you could tell the game was a little too fast, and he was a bit overwhelmed. But started to get more and more minutes throughout the season and really blossomed with the extra opportunities.
And the first one at the line is good.
And Jang last season doubled his points per game, got enough rebounds where he could be a double-double player every night in the near future.
Wiggins is checked in for the Timberwolves. Martin comes in for Miller. And Jang drops them both.
And Yang isn't a young player by any means, but he has learned how to fill a niche on a team quickly. Just offers good numbers and intangibles in a lot of places on the stat sheet. Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Wiggins passes to Rubio. Takes a 3. There's the bucket. Good. Rubio's got the lead up to 4 now for Minnesota.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack and find a way to get it done here.
Gasol dishes to Rose, and yes, sir, that one drops.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
The pass to Towns. Outside for Martin. There's the dish to Towns. He kicks it to Jang. 3 on the clock. cannot hit. And the Bulls going the other way now. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. And Rose, wide open, he shoots. And it's Chicago scoring again.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Feeds to Towns. Passes to Dang. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Looking at the numbers for Gorgui Dieng, 9 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
That free throw, good from Dieng. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Minnesota. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
Here's Wiggins. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 3. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season, led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
Here's Martin. Wiggins kicks to Garnett. Stolen by Rose. Rubio against Heinrich. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Right side Rose. Here's Heinrich. And they convert it last on attempt number 3.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending him to the free throw lines than to have him get that good a look.
Wiggins. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight.
Timeout. Guard it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. 1 year out from the big Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins trade, and you have to think that the Wolves are pleased. Wiggins, Clark, has looked amazing.
Yeah, to get talent from a player who wants out is one thing. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber is a whole nother level, and that's a good get for the Wolves.
And for the Love and Wiggins trade, we knew that it could take several years to properly evaluate, but Wiggins was just so good his rookie season.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He loved the work they were doing on the interior, saying, listen, they've got no answer for us inside, and we're not going to let them off the hook now. Keep pounding it down low.
Here's Gasol. Misses off the left iron.
And I think that is a key part. Wiggins was so much better than anyone expected as a rookie. People figured it would take him several years to develop, but he was the most NBA-ready player of the class, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard.
On the wing, Wiggins, 5 to shoot. Rubio with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. Rubio misses.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Here's Dunleavy. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Dunleavy.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
And both free throws good for Dunleavy.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Here's Towns, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
The free throw drops for Towns. And Towns drops them both. Here's Rose. He feeds it to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. Double team on Rose. Here's Gasol. And the Bulls with another miss.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 5. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Gasol kicks to Dunleavy. Heinrich passes to Rose. Double team on Rose. Gasol attacking. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Wiggins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Towns dishes to Garnett. Kicks it out to Rubio. Offensive rebound. Wiggins outside. The feed to Rubio. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Martin against Heinrich. Noah with the block. They get it back. Clock at 2. And Rubio kicks to Garnett over Noah. And Garnett misses.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Yep, and the results on the scoreboard are attributed to how they've been out-rebounded thus far.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Minnesota's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Noah.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Down low, it's deflected. Stolen by Martin. The finish, count it.
Oh, man, what a turnaround. Sensational play on D, and then the rapid-fire run to the basket.
Craig, they didn't wait around, did they? They went right for the throat.
Guys, this is crunch time now. When you've got a chance to capitalize on the turnover, you've got to take it and make it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 5. 35 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
They need to get a quick bucket here. If there's more than 24 seconds left afterwards, they can try for a stop. If there's less, they'll have to foul.
Outside Rose. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
I think that's probably a smart move.
I think so, too.
Good, just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fellas wearing the rim out.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're losing by 5. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Shooting for Chicago, Kevin Garnett at the line for 2.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dishes it to Dunleavy. There's the 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Wiggins outside. Kicks it to Rubio. He dishes it to Towns. And so Minnesota takes the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Martin. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Boom, 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 boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight and making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.